Hello everybody and welcome to the show that you've all been waiting for all day long. Banter Blitz with Jan Gustafsson, episode 223. There's been other less important chess events today. Congratulations to Daniel Dubov for winning that one. But we all know this is the real deal. So in order to participate, challenge me on chess24.com. If you are a premium member, if you're not a premium member, you can become one by going to chess24.com. If you click on this thing we call /premium and use the voucher code double at checkout, you get 2 months for the price of one. Gives you access to all the video series and most importantly, the right to challenge me to a blitz game. 3 minutes or 5 minutes. The winner gets bragging rights and I believe he gets the right to mock his opponent. But that I am not sure about. That we have to look in the rules and regulations. All right. Let's start with Jonathan Espeland. Hi chat boys, how you guys doing? Let me fire up all them chats. I have the Chess24 chat open. Let's also open the Twitch chat. And why is this open? Go away. C4 by Jonathan. C4, I shall go E5. Try to grab them. Damn Sanders. Almost there, almost there. I'm a professional, so it can only take me hours after I started. My stream, that's what we call it now. My show. And until I have all the chats open. Here we are. What's happening? Chess24 boys and girls. Twitch boys and girls. G3 played by Jonathan. I have a feeling Jonathan is one of those types that studied his little book on the English opening. Now he knows his one tricky line with knight takes e5. And if his opponent does not exactly know what to do, then Jonathan will just say, I did my homework. You did not. Don't blame me. But Jonathan goes for a more down-to-earth setup with pawn to d3. And I will kick it like Fabi. Go rook to e8. Bishop d2. I wish I knew what to do here. I guess just takes, no? Is that how you play this? This bishop c5 instead of knight b6, which has been debated as recently as today, I guess, in the Dubov Nakamura games, has, been a serious blocker from White's point of view in all these English lines, because Black just refuses to move the horsey away. And it seemed like with reasonably straightforward measures can get a decent position. b4. Now what straightforward measure should I take? Should I take and go bishop d4? Or just bishop back to b6? I don't know. Wow, Jonathan with the pre-move. DJ pre-move. Queen b3. That allows me to throw in some bishop e6 if I wanted to, but I'm not sure if I wanna. You make me wanna, Jonathan. I guess Josef Dorfman would be mad at me if I didn't go ed4 here, then try to attack this e2 weakness. However, ed b5, bishop e6, bishop e5. I don't know, I don't trust it. I'll take with a queen. Sorry, Josef. Am I yelling, by the way? I had to adjust my mic volumes because I was dealing with all these whispering Peters. So now that's just me. I might be overexcited and a little overextended on the audio scales. So let me know. If it's too loud, we can do something about it, I promise. Cthulhu saying an Usher reference? Who else remembers him. Who wouldn't remember Usher? Bishop e6 played. I don't even know what my Usher reference was. Michael Albu is saying, Jan, are you drunk? Are you drank? He's saying, Jan, are you drank? But I'm assuming he means, Jan, are you drunk? The answer to that question is no, but thanks for inquiring. Queen back to e7. I did take a pawn, which should be a good starting point for further activities. I'm a bit worried I blundered the pawn back again after queen c5, but I guess I haven't yet. Jonathan, you gotta be careful with them pawns. Pawns never come back. Many people teach you that pawns never move back, which is also true. But fewer people mention that they never re-emerge on the board once you lost them, which I feel is a topic that does not get talked about enough. You're trying to flag me, which is not appreciated, but it's also not strictly forbidden. So what I'm gonna have to do is, you know, step it up a notch. Not my fault you mouse slipped there. Not my fault, Jonathan. In my defense, you were down 3 pawns, and after queen d4, queen e2. I had enough time, let's face it. All right, thanks for the game. Shall we play more? Let's see. Henry0813 is saying, good evening, Jan. Thanks for the show. Will there be any online chess between now and the next tour event? I'd be stunned if not. I believe the biggest event that's coming up, has it been announced? Mr. Doce, has the big event been announced? Brent Dozen saying, if I beat him, he should send me that sweater. It's pretty fly. You can't have it. It's my sweater. I've been told I should dress it down a little bit, you know. Always this suit and tie. It's not what the people want to see. Dress it down. Become more relatable. Because let's face it, I'm very relatable. I'm sitting in my basement. Wondering what to watch on Netflix. Normally in my basement, because the TV in the living room is occupied by other family members. And what's more relatable than that? We are playing the Ragozin, which is a pretty good opening. Let's see, e3. I don't know theory here. This looks slow. Usually they throw in some queen a4 check, no? Can't I just, you know, try to keep my pawn and my bishops now? I started with c6 because I didn't want to think about castles queen b3, which I'm not sure is a big deal either. Should be too sensible, but now my pieces can be deployed on good squares. And usually, once your bishop is out in these... Whoa, does that work? Just as I was giving my big speech about how brilliantly I played. Let's think this through while watching our TH. Bishop e2, knight d7, bishop d1, knight f6. It's check. Not a fan. So I should take here first. I could have gone bishop e6 or some move, but bishops never move backwards. It's not technically true. But just stick with it here. Big combination by Mulezi. Now fg7. Material will still be equal when it's all said and done, but I don't think I'm telling any tales out of school when I'm admitting that I did not see any of this coming. Should I take? Maybe I should, but I don't want to. It seems to decrease winning chances. I don't want him to check me, so I'll get out of the way with my king. let's see, playing well. Preparing e4 here. Is that what you're doing? Sorry if I'm mispronouncing the name, by the way. But let's see. Knight c2. Not so sure about a4. I'm never sure how to arrange such pawn structures. h4 I'm sure about. Can't hurt to try to freeze all these pawns. Now it's time to fish for some cheapos. I can already smell some f4, rook e4, followed by rook takes f4 check. I've been slow yet again. And as usual, I have not really compensated for my lack of speed with my expert play. Therefore, it's another sad situation that I find myself in here. Not now. I was talking to my watch, as I'm sure you guys guessed. Leave me alone, Siri. I got flagging to do. Let me take you to Flagville City. I'm not a very gifted singer. I know this will surprise many of you. See that pre-move, rook a2, rook c1, would have perfectly prolonged the game. But I did win on time in the end. Krasbass is saying, remember when Jan had moral qualms about flagging people online? You think this is a very moral situation when I'm a rook and 2 pawns up? Is it very immoral to win the game because he does no longer have time when he's gonna get mated next move? Had I not pre-move rook a2. Anyway, I do not remember that. Henry0813 is asking, is the Mr. Dodgy Invitational a joke or is it actually happening? Did anyone ever think that's a joke? That must have been poor marketing. I would blame the head of marketing for the Mr. Dodgy Invitational that I think also happens to be the chief arbiter and the organizer of said event. Faggy, my one fan, is saying, Jan, not that I want to flatter you, but you were really missing today during the broadcast. I heard it went great, and I am not called Peter, so I did not feel like I had any right to be there. Also, some feel I'm missing, some feel I'm distracting, and I'm taking away from more great chess explanations. So, you know, can never please anybody. But I've heard nothing but good things about today's show. Anyway, thanks, Faggy. It's appreciated. What's going on here? Oh, I'm playing someone. King of the Nil. What's the system? Looks like a harmless Grunfeld, but I am not an expert. Bishop a3. He's playing this very confidently. Looks so random. Is this what the cool kids do, King of the Nil? By Back in my days, we were told, kids, do not put your bishop on a3 in the Grunfeld. It's a bit of a sad spectator, but you know how it is. The royal game is changing so quickly. Is there anything we can still be sure about? e4, what's going on? Also, there's a bit of an issue that I have no idea how to play these positions. Knight f6, e5. e5. It's just not how I do it. cd, cd, queen f4. That's more how I do it. No, but that frees the bishop. See? Grandmasterly decision making. Witness firsthand. That's why we all love Banter Blitz. Random move. Let's do this. Where's my coffee? I guess I should throw in e6 at some point. I'm also curious if he wants to go e5. I wants to go bishop back. All right. Whatever floats your boat. Ooh, I had c4. But there's still bishop d8. cd, yeah, that worked, yeah? That's a pity. Could have spotted that on a good day. So, whoever told me it was a good day earlier, you were wrong. If it was a good day, I would have spotted pawn to c4, which I clearly did not. Alright, then I guess we'll continue horsing around here. Where's Peter Svidler when you need him? Ugh, drifting. What kind of move is queen c3? Queen f3 is there. Bishop b5. That looked silly. See? That's what I get for all these poor decisions that I took earlier. Rook g3. What kind of move is that? Who even thinks of such a move? Such a guy. Rook g3 is too much for me. I can't even process such a move. Anyway, I should speed up. Hope for the best. Oh, queen e8. Come on. This guy's way too strong. Thanks for the game. Rook g3. Whoa. Did not cross my mind at all. Beautiful. Is it too early to start steaming? Yeah, I think it's too early. Let's play Endgames _RM instead. Endgames _RM. I don't understand what that means. It's like, is your first name Fun and your last name Endgames? Could that be it? Wow, I'm below 3100. That's just painful. I know I always say I don't care about my chess24 rating, but in reality, it's my precious. Anyway, this knight takes e4 is a useful little trick to keep in mind. Because after knight takes e4, black goes d5, double attack against these two pieces, regains his piece, and emerges with a very, very playable position with a stronghold in the center. I'll go bishop d6, short castles, then maybe f5. What's not to like? Plays d4. What am I supposed to do? Take, I guess. No. Does not look like white should be in a position to go pawn hunting here. Because, you know, his king is still in the center and short castles walks into an instructive trap here, which he should always keep an eye on. Bishop takes h2, check. And now the queen's balance is in my favor. Endgames. I have more queens. I am leading 1-0 in the queens department, sir. He doesn't care. He's not impressed by my extra queen. What can I do to change your mind? He's just not that impressed. He's going to go bishop takes c7 and say, haha, you blundered a pawn. No, he didn't take. Rook takes e2 was a mistake, because now he's getting checkmated on g2, or after rook f2. Rook e1 would be bad news. Thanks for the game. And games. Let's play against Japper 10. Japper? Is Japper a common Dutch name? Over here, like, people are called Jasper, but Japper, I haven't heard of much. Jaap, of course, we know. Like chess player Jaap de Jager. But Japper? Oh, he goes bishop b4. What is this line again? a5? What are you supposed to go? f3 or a3? So many options. I'll go a3. Japper. Is this your pet line? In the analogous position, without a5 and a3 included, they often play bishop to b4 here, I believe. So at least that is not an option. What are we debating? I can't even follow it. Someone is sorry about something. Ship it holla ballers is saying, shout out to my friend Lil B, the based god. Oh my god. Is he watching? I don't want any Lil B curses on this program. No curses, please, Lil B. Sharkema is saying, my friend keeps saying The Wire isn't that great of a TV show and I'm losing my goddamn mind. That's a normal phase when people are in season 2. So I would go easy on him. If he's seen season 3 and 4 and still insists it's not that great, then there is no way you can help that man. Steph Hash Acid is saying, it's funny to me that you know about the Lil B curse. I don't only know about it, I fear it and respect it. Coffee of 4 a.m. is saying, this guy knows more than you think. No, that's not true. I know less than you think. But the little B curse is on the list of things I know about. Odra Chess is saying, The Last Kingdom is a nice series. Isn't it sort of a watered down Vikings, Odra Chess? I've watched a bit of The Last Kingdom. If we're thinking about the same show. I might be confusing it. Maybe you mean The Last Dance, maybe. I mean something completely different. But if it's that show about whatever, Danish and English people fighting in England over stuff, I wasn't that much into it. MBV Demi is saying, is good to have motivation in chess, Jan. I don't know, I haven't had any since 2003. Henry0813 is reminding me of the opening clinic. I know, I still owe many people many answers. My excuse is been really busy. But yeah, I do know. I'm not sure when the next one is coming. Could be soon. Could not be soon. Yeah. You come here for useful information. You get it. Hang on. 94? Are you giving me a pawn? Give me Yapper. What are we talking about? Everything is drugs, says Dr. Sausage. Drugs are better than booze. Dr. Sausage is saying, how is The Wire so different from lots of cops and robbers shows? Spends more time with the robbers? Sure. Wow, that's blasphemy. The Wire shows you how the system is messed up on all the levels. Even if you just want to view it as an entertaining cops and robbers show. What other show has Stringer Bell, Avon Barksdale, Marlowe? It works on so many different levels. I don't know any cops and robbers show like that. I enjoyed The Shield, which I have described as the Wire on steroids, even though it has very different ambitions to The Wire, of course. But I don't think they are really comparable, or anything is comparable with The Wire. I tried watching The Deuce, but I couldn't really get into it. Mainly because there were too many James Francos. Like, if one actor plays twins, I find it really, really distracting. Can we all agree that the right amount of James Franco characters per show is one? Is that too much to ask? James Franco, if you're watching, I know you're a busy guy. I know you're into the arts, the teaching, the self-education, the writing, all that stuff. But can you limit your amount of characters per show that you play in to one? I think that is not asking too much. Anyway, thank you for the game, Yapper10. Apologies to everyone watching this for chess content. That not only goes for today's Banter Blitz, but also for the previous 222. And the many chess commentaries that I've ruined by talking about random nonsense, such as TV shows. I feel very badly about it. Let's play Julio Pareja Sanchez, number 1. Lo Sheng-Heen is saying, if there is a chess movie, I think you would be a great director. So you're saying, if someone had written and planned a chess movie, you have the cast, but they're saying, what we need is a great director for a movie. Why not get this chess grandmaster? I do not disagree. Let's get James Franco to play exactly one character. Maybe Jonah Hill could play his twin brother. And I'll direct. What do you have to do as a director? James, same line, but this time tone it down a little bit. Tone it down. You're supposed to be believable. It's not checkmate, mother effer. It's just, nice game, sir. Something like that? I think I could do it. Dr. Sausage is saying the only twins I recognize are Arnold and Danny. Yeah, those are fine, because they're not played by the same actor. It's a problem, what can I tell you? Do you see that Tom Hardy movie, Legend? Where he plays... Is it called Legend? I think it's called Legend. The Cray brothers, two English gangsters, couldn't do it. Or that Van Damme movie, which one is it? Double Impact, Double Team? Something with double. Nope. Alright, back to chess. This is a good Carlsbad structure for me. I'm occupying the crucial e4 square, so he can never get an e4. His minority attack with a3, b4, b5, which is another typical plan in this position. Not to be confused with the Tom Cruise movie. Minority Report is very unlikely to take flight. So the only question is, how should I proceed? I'm not sure about knight f6 because it allows knight e5, but I'm gambling on Julio not spotting that move. Some offense, Julio. Cthulhu is saying, not sure, but Michael Rappaport would definitely play Jan. I don't know. I enjoy Michael Rappaport, but I think I'm more handsome than Michael Rappaport. So he could, he could match my swagger, my personality, but maybe he could do the voice while the dude from The Mentalist plays me. I don't know what his name is. Can we do that? Some offense, Michael Rappaport, if you're watching. I do like Michael Rappaport. Why am I down on time every game? I focus strictly on the chess, and then all of a sudden I have no time left. The horses should go to d6. That's one thing I learned about Carlsbad structures, which is this structure where white is a pawn on d4 and a pawn on e3, black is a pawn on d5 and a pawn on c6 after some prior cd5, ed5. I have no idea why it's called Carlsbad. I'm assuming they had a tournament in Carlsbad where they did a lot of this stuff, but that's really just an assumption. Phil Knott is saying, so much offense intended, it's borderline radio young. Yeah, that's my favorite line whenever I say something. That's not nice and cozy. Oh, he turned into Radio Jan, a character he has not done for years. But he might come back, I am up a pawn here. Julio Pareja, Sanchez number 1. It's gonna be tough to convert, frankly. Because this pawn majority is not very mobile. But I'll try. Looks like we have a fight for the A file at our hands. Where is mobile? There, I'm sure there is. There is a city somewhere in the USA called Mobile, no? Like Mobile, Alabama? Does anybody know? I'm trying to make the rook take on b4 where it would be very immobile. I missed queen b1, which is not ideal. Julio playing well. Don't worry, Julio, I did not think any of this through. I promise. I think it shows that I didn't think it through, doesn't it? I feel bad now, because it's of course a draw. So I do feel bad about this one, because Julio wouldn't say he deserved the draw necessarily, but he got this position, which clearly is a draw, because he can just move between d3 and e3 forever. And yeah, I should have offered, not trying to flag. Anyway, thanks for the game, Julio Pareja Sanchez, and well earned. So Dodgy is saying 0 chance that draw was deliberate. Yeah, that's what I meant. I do feel bad for that attempt. But well done, Julio. Stood his ground. Let's play... How about this guy? Moloyaloy. Is that the name? Molo. You're not there, Molo? Cthulhu is saying it's interesting. Some people, when they speak Spanish, they pronounce the J like the Russian X. I myself do so as well. That is interesting. It's a fun fact, isn't it? I didn't even get it. I couldn't process that. Like J in Spanish, X in Russian. Boom. Too much information. Sorry, Molo. And then let's play 4 count 230. Four count. Oh, the Sicilian. I am a bit of a self-taught Mora Gambit expert. Still have not studied it, but one day I will. And then I'll still be a pawn down after 8-9 moves, with very little to show for it. So I don't know how that's going to go. Bishop d7, can I go e5? Feels like I should go e5, because if I go bishop f4, he will play e5, and what have I achieved, really? Knight b5, is that an option? Queen b8. Doesn't look like much progress either. I should really study this stuff at some point. I couldn't see any progress after e5. Takes, and short castles. So I'm going with this, but I'm not particularly impressed by my own play. Odra just saying the board is too small and on the left. You can click on the burger menu below the board and make it bigger. Some things, if you touch them, they get bigger. Fun stuff is saying there's also X in Spanish. X, which can be pronounced H as in English or X in Russian. Wow, who knew that everyone in the chat spoke both Spanish and Russian? That's a rare combination, no? Impressive. What's going on here? Still pawn down. And I do not think that this pawn downic will be over anytime soon. Does that work? Not quite, does it? Trying. Mr. Dodgy is saying, oui, my Spanish is good. No, Mr. Dodgy, oui is French. Mr. Dodgy is thinking, I know it's French, that was the joke, you idiot. But then he's wondering, maybe Jan also knows he's French, because as we know, Jan speaks French and Spanish fluently. So, did anybody make a joke here? Probably the answer is, as so often, nah, but we tried. As for the game, I finally have a great position against Furkan, because now I can bring the knight. This is what we call a knight. I often call it horsey, but technically it's knight, which makes no sense, because the knight belongs to lovers. But a knight on f5, as Kasparov used to say, is worth a pawn. In this position, it's probably worth more than a pawn, because queen g4, queen g7 is gonna be unpleasant to deal with. Even after king f8, I think you should have tried king h8, but it was not gonna be a lot of fun. And the rook enters the party. Also should be called rook. No, what is a rook? Isn't that some rare bird? Should clearly be called tower. There's a literal genre of games called tower defense, based on these towers. Can we change that? Towers, horses. Who's against it? FIDE, if you're watching. I'm guessing you're in charge of these things, no? That's all I'm asking. We can keep calling them queens, even though I would prefer dames, like a dame in distress. No, that's wrong, right? Because queen is so powerful, and dame in distress could be powerful, but typically is not. So no, let's stick with queens. King I'm okay with. Pawn, indifferent. Bishops, yeah, I don't know. Pointy head, guys. It's not better. No, just towers and horses. Towers, horses. Horse, tower. That's logical, no? Anyway. Chess Castle is saying everybody's gangster until the rook enters the party. I hear you. Henry0813 has a lot of questions today. He's saying, Jan. I didn't see the rest of the question, but it started with Jan. I echo the A-Pawns question. Is there a cultural divide, general sporting rivalry between northern Germany and Bavaria? I'm not sure. I would guess there is a bit of a divide is strong. But Bavaria, you know, it's a very powerful, I guess quite rich for German standards, Bundesland district. And, you know, the language is different. Some of the customs are maybe a bit different. They obviously have Bayern München, the super football team. But I'm not sure if there's a thing that people in Bavaria think about northern Germany in particular, or us in northern Germany think, ugh, these Bavarians. I mean, typically the rest of the country roots against, obviously with many exceptions, roots against Bayern München when they play. But other than that, I don't know. I would guess Bavaria maybe has more of a rivalry with Baden-Württemberg, which is next to them. It's also big and powerful, featuring cities such as Baden-Baden. Maybe it's more on a city basis, like I'm from Hamburg, and Munich is very comparable in size and also in, Munich is maybe a little more posh, but both Hamburg and Munich are on the posher side of things. So maybe there's a bit of a rivalry, even though I never really thought about it. In terms of, we're not Berlin, we're not the capital, but you know, it's actually beautiful here. That kind of thing. We have all these green trees, not just the brown trees. I don't know, I'm thinking out loud. I don't think Bavaria and northern Germany in particular have a big rivalry. If anybody from Bavaria is watching, let me know. Dr. Sausage is saying, is Dresden that much worse than Leipzig? In what aspect? Dresden is beautiful. Like, properly stunning. Leipzig is a nice city too, though. I haven't spent as much time in Leipzig as in Dresden. James, you know I don't know theory. Stop testing me. What do they do here? Bishop g5, bishop d3 first. I think they go here, then bishop d7, then some move maybe. Tim Cat Anna is saying Munich is great. Been there lots of times. There you go. But have you been to Hamburg lots of times? Sergeant Stubby is saying Regensburg, Germany is the best city in the world. I was just there. I played, what was it? That was before, probably was during Corona, but before we were all very alert. I played German Cup in Regensburg. We kicked out Regensburg. And I didn't have that much time there, but I went for a little stroll through the center next to the train station, and it was gorgeous. Shout out to Regensburg if you're watching. What other German cities are we discussing? Actually, I consider myself citizen of the world. We can take it outside of the country. King of 8, can you do that? Rook c7, rook d7. I wish I could castle, but I'm not allowed to. Sometimes they do some weird stuff like rook c7, rook d7, rook c5. It feels pointless. King of 8 looks sort of fishy to me, but I don't know why. So I should just make a move. Jonek is saying, my brother lives in Regensburg now. Such an awesome town. Yeah, it's nice. Or, from what I've seen, it's very nice. Regensburg. How big is Regensburg? Can't be that big, right? Like 100,000 people? I could be way off here, I don't know. This feels dangerous for James. I've done my usual trick of not thinking it through, but it does look dangerous. Maybe I shouldn't have allowed the knight coming to c4, but I have. Always repeat once, just to be an extra douchey in such situations. It's very important. No, too scared. Still scared. Stellan Skarsgård over here. Ooh, rook c4 check. I guess I'm time to, stop that pawn. But do I want to find out? Very important when in flag mode. Go for the position where the flag is safe. Like here. Nothing could go too wrong. The other one, if he gets a queen, could end badly. James Stephen, thanks for the game, sir. What are we talking about now? Buxtehude? That's very specific. Do I live next to Buxtehude? I live next to something that's called like Buxtehude, but I don't think, no, I think Buxtehude is the other end of town. Buxtehude, is that where I live? I don't know where I freaking live. Like next to, I live in Hamburg, but there's one of these towns is not very far. Sergeant Stubby. am homeless on Wi-Fi, saying Germans are the funniest people in the world. Didn't you know that? Yeah, that's a bit of an old trope. Like, I'm not sure. Is that people pronouncing their own funny bones by pointing out that Germans don't have them? Or is it just, stating a fact that no one's ever heard of? Because who has heard that Germans aren't funny? So please, teach me. Mr. Dodgy Chess is saying, US Championship, I guess, last year. It's probably an answer to a question. Or maybe it's just, what he thought about. Ariton 8 is asking, what's wrong with Leko? Nothing. He was great on the shows, no? And Sergeant Stubby plays b3, which is not supposed to mix too well with bishop to f4, even though I don't think it's horrible here. Just, it weakens the c3 pawn, and after later cd, ed, c3 could be a bit of a target, and after cd, cd, these dark squares on the queen side could, be somewhat weak. It's really not such a big deal. But for example here, if he goes cd, then I would have bishop a3. After ed, I'll still play bishop e3. But that's mainly because I'm an idiot. I mean, it's always the same debate. When we come to the Germans aren't funny, now someone's mentioning, no, Henning Wehn is actually quite funny. Like, it's always the same conversation. But yeah, Henning Wehn is very funny. There are some funny guys in German, no? Like, I'm just not sure if they do English material. There are these guys who are like half German, pretend Germans, like Flula Borg. Because who wouldn't want to pretend to be German? What German comedians do I like? I like Felix Lobrecht. I mainly listen to his podcast, but I do think his comedy is funny too. I do think Thorsten Sträter is very, very funny. But I'm guessing talking about German comedians is a bit niche, even though Thorsten Sträter has a brother who's a very strong chess player, Timo Sträter. I played him, I think, twice in the German league. So shout out to the Sträters. Dr. De Soto is saying Lobrecht is weak. Oh no, we disagree on a comedian. He will be heartbroken. The Blundered Knight is saying, Jan, can you get Dmitry Komarov to come on for the Legends and Chess tournament and scream incoherencies to the people? I guess you mean at the people? I don't know. Not sure if that's my call, and if it was my call, if I'd want that. But I am aware that Komarov has a big cult following, which I'm sure is well deserved. Phil Knott is saying, I had to study Dickesby for German class once. The Zied song, Dickesby oben an der Spree. Sommer tust du gut und im Winter tust weh. Magma in Berlin, Backstein und Benzin. Leben deinen Duft, wenn wir die Häuser ziehen. I know you all come here to hear me sing German. The A-Pawn is saying, Jan, can you recommend some German rap? I can. The problem is I'm very old, so I would just recommend old stuff. I'm a child of the late 90s. I grew up with Absolute Beginner and their breakthrough album, or their groundbreaking album, Bambule. And they're still around, but as with Kanye, the old stuff is the good stuff. Nowadays, who do I enjoy? I enjoy Trettmann. I'm not sure that qualifies as rap, but check out Trettmann on Spotify. I enjoy... Should I mention? Yeah, why not? I enjoy Finch Asozial. Is that his name? But it's an acquired taste, to say the least. German rap, what do I listen to? I don't listen to much current stuff because I'm a very old man. Anyway, let's end the German culture debate for now and praise my chess. Wow, rook e4. So gifted. He spotted the pin and took the queen. Boom. That tower really did a good job understanding that the horse could not capture it, because then the queen would take the king. Dr. Soto is saying Kite Set, Jan, wasn't it? Kite Set is fantastic, but that's like a half parody band, even though most people don't think of them that way, which makes them even better. But it's also, I think you need a lot of knowledge of the German language and rap history. Maybe you don't. Go check out Kite Set. Don't blame me. Mr. Dodgy is saying, I bet winning by pinning sounds even better in German. It does. Gewinnen durch Fesseln. It is a beautiful language, is it not? Rolls right off the tongue. My deuce. Here we go. Knight f3. Guys, I'm sure you've all watched whoever did this on Chess24, Adrien Demuth, London System Series. But please, give me a break. Don't make me play against the London System every effing game. Dr. Sausage is saying, shout out to Hamburg's own Meute. I don't even know what that is. Is that a hip-hop crew? See, I'm very out of touch. I've barely heard of Jesus. Techno marching band. Okay, that I would not have heard of. And the usual. But Magnus plays the London System. He plays everything. Doesn't mean you have to play the London System every single game. If you want to play everything, like Magnus, then it's okay if every 10th game, every 20th game, let's say, is the London. If you played every game and then hide behind Magnus because of your lack of ingenuity, that every game you play d4 and f3, bishop f4, e3, c3, knight b2, h3, bishop d3, short castles. Don't do it. Anyway. What should I do here? Can I castle or does bishop f6 bother me? Bothers me a little bit. Knight d7, he does have e4, which also bothers me a little bit. So, by process of randomization, I believe that's the term, not elimination, randomization, I have arrived at knight to e4. Once again. Secrets of Grandmaster Chess. And now, boom, it all falls into place. The bishop's trapped. Phil Nord is saying, Jan, have you ever been to Berghain? I have not. First of all, I'm a very old man. Secondly, I could not deal with the enormous toll it would take on my pretty big ego to be rejected at the door of the Berghain. And I've seen that dude, the main gatekeeper. I think he would reject me. And you know, it would just be a crushing blow. Or even worse, I make it in, I'm in there with all the young, beautiful techno people. And I'd also be very unhappy, looking for a place to hide. So no Berghain. It feels like a lose-lose situation for me. That was a weird move. I don't know why I played that. That makes no sense. Anyway, good thing is I'm a piece up, so I have some margin for error. But queen d7 is very, very meek mill. Dr. De Soto with a thinly veiled brag. Even I made it into the berghain. Boom, congratulations. Yeah, but I have very little interest in the club scene. And if we're being honest, even when I was going to clubs, which most of that happened when I was like 16 till 19, I would guess, a long time ago. But even then, I never really felt comfortable. I was always, standing there, of course, too self-conscious to dance, awkwardly drinking beers. And wishing I would be in a place where one could talk. And then you put me in a place where you can talk. And I have absolutely nothing to say. So you can't win. I guess I was just wishing to be at home, sitting in front of my computer alone. Which, you could say is very sad or a very lucky coincidence. Because that computer is always there. Not sure if that made sense. Because, it was different in the 90s. Nerds were not yet the dominating tribe. The jocks were still in charge. It was a rough time, the 1990s. Some say a better time, a simpler time. We could cure enough diseases, we had enough technology to, get around, communicate, but not yet enough that we would all be slaves to our devices, only stare at them. You would still sometimes meet people in person. You would have to agree where to meet beforehand. You would call people on the phone, and sometimes, well, first of all, you would talk to each other. Sometimes you would ask, is so-and-so at home? Because not everybody had a cell phone. So it was a very different era, kids. Then, slowly but surely, the internet, the first messaging tools started creeping in. The MSN Messenger, the AIM Messenger, ICQ, and very, very slowly talking to each other disappeared. A short history of the world, boys and girls. What time is it? I should stick around a bit. Let's play La Porra. Wow, 926. I will crush you, La Porra. But I'll be gentle, and we'll talk about how you could improve your game of chess depending on how this one goes. Sleepy Mario is saying, wow, Jan is also from the pre-internet era. Yeah. Like 18 years of my life, I guess, maybe 17, I spent without the internet. So he goes e4, e6, the French, which is okay. Knight c6 is asking a bit for trouble. First of all, you should fight for the center with pawn to d5. And secondly, if I just play along, go knight f3, you play d5 now. Then, after e5, this knight would be a little misplaced. b6, once again, fight for the center, because now I will expand in the center, and I will kick your knight around, which is bad news. Both of these things. Knight to e7, well played. Under the circumstances, you shouldn't try to open the position. The A-pawn is saying, Jan, what social app do you think is the best? What does that even mean? What is a social app? Like Tinder? I don't know. I'm a dinosaur. What do I use? I really only use Twitter when it comes to social media, social apps. So I don't know if that counts. Tulio Fonseca is saying, I was a nerd in the 90s as well, and back then we were not very popular indeed. There you go. It was a different time. Phil Knott is saying, Jan, can you have words with Magnus about inviting David Howell to his events, please? Probably not, but I am a big fan of Mr. David Howell, aka King's Mead. Is that his name? Full Press is saying, Jan is big on Grindr. What is this? Is this like Gay shaming in the year 2020 full press? Grow up. Lazy Strategies is saying, Jan, do you recommend learning chess from books for the new players? I don't recommend learning chess at all. Learn mathematics, a language, I don't know, cooking. Why learn chess? Or golf, at least you're outdoors. Chess, you just spend countless hours in front of the computer trying to get from 1500 to 1700. And then once you're at 1700, you'll realize, my life did not get any better. Anyway, go premium. It's worth it. Your chess game will improve greatly. chess24.com/premium. 2 months for the price of one. Code DOUBLE. As for books or videos to learn, I think the best way is to make a friend and play against them in real life. As for this game, I promised I would talk about it more. I didn't. F6 was bad, because F6 is always bad. As a previous Twitch streamer, I think, has been saying as well. So you're weakening your structure, you're not developing any pieces. That's not great. So you should probably bite the bullet and go knight f6 or something. F6, bishop c4, then d6 here. The last chance. It's bad, but you should try to keep the position close. Go pawn to e5 or something. d6, d takes e6. You're already in big trouble because I took a pawn and you're cramped, as you might have noticed. g5, h4 was a bit of a lazy move, but why not? g4, knight d4. Yeah, there's no good way here. You should probably try to defend that pawn. And okay, I should checkmate before I lose on time giving this speech, but here it was already too late. Now it is checkmate. As you can see, your king has nowhere to go. But the main lesson here is fight for the center. Maybe don't start with e6. The French opening has many fans, but starting out, I would recommend pawn to e5, not just because of my Chessable course, chessable.com/Jan, but also because it makes it a little easier to get the pieces out. Knight c6, knight f6, bishop to c5, short castles. Or go c5, the Sicilian, fighting for the center from the side. After that, yeah, it was tough. But mainly, the main thing is fight for the center. And then there will be a lot of, piece encounters during that fight for the center. And these piece encounters, these clashes, trying to figure out what goes where, what attacks what, will make you a better player. Well, if you do not control the center of the board, as you've seen, you can just get wiped off without ever touching anything, really. And we all want to touch stuff. All right. Thanks for the game. La Porra. Let's continue playing some lower rated guys. The Blunder years. If you are saying, this is boring, there is no challenge for you, Jan, chess is horrible. You're not wrong, first of all. And secondly, I'm sure we've seen many excellent Banter Blitzes by very strong players, world-class players. Wesley So, Levon Aronian, Peter Svidler, Peter Leko, Magnus Carlsen, and so on and so forth against stronger players. So check those out on the Chess24 website, the YouTubes, all those places. Me, I like playing you putzers. The Blunder years. Don't bring your queen out so early. You have to cd. There's no reason to go bishop takes c3 yet. If you were to go queen d5, I could not take anyway. So giving up that bishop unprovoked is a little much. bc queen d5 I actually don't hate too much, but I would still go ed here to have more of a stronghold in the center. Now after knight f3, knight f6, I'll just, try to develop normally. e3, bishop d3. It's probably actually not the most challenging that I'm doing. CTM095 is saying, Jan looking fresh with the haircut. brother. Thank you. I've been thinking about, because this haircut is already 2 weeks old. And personally, I like my hair when it's really short. I think I should go get another haircut right now. And then just, go every 2 weeks to the barber shop at the corner and say, 8 millimeters on the sides, do this and that. And just keep it super short. But there are other members of my household who do not think it's my best look with very short hair. So I don't know. Maybe we have to do a poll. I think that's the only way to decide it. Blunder, yes, taking a lot of time here. He's made a bunch of very sensible moves. Plays b6 now, which is also sensible. Intending bishop b7, fighting for the light squares in the center. Which is why I will go e4 before the bishop goes here. Now the queen does not have a great square. Should probably go to h5. The blundered knight is saying, oh, no hair discussion, incoming Magnus Rage. Yeah, learn my lesson. But I think it's okay if I talk about my own hair, no? I don't know. I think I'll keep it short. Queen c6. What do I do? Let's push. This could win material on a good day. Because the knight is under attack, which the blunder, yes, I think will spot and go knight d5. Then there could be some c4 followed by bishop to e4, trying to embarrass the pieces on this diagonal situations. There could also be some queen to e4, trying to give checkmate. But that's not how I do it. I prefer, if at all possible, to try to win a pawn before giving checkmate. Because if you give mate with equal material, it feels like, could have gone the other way too. Well, if you're already material up, that feels deserved. I don't really mean that. I'm just yapping on. Alright, bishop e4 obviously wins the rook. But to teach the blunder, yes, some motives. I will take on h7, because we are here to learn about chess after all. King h7, knight g5 check. This is the classical bishop sacrifice on h7. And one thing I always tell everybody, and I mean this the bunnies, always take that bishop. After king h8, you're lost anyway. And to drive that pawn home, I will now take your rook. But after king h7, you might lose. After king h8, you will lose for sure. So if you get this bishop sacrifice, never think, oh, the clever grandmaster, he got me there, but I will show I understand what he was up to, and ignore his sacrifice. That just means you're lost. Go king h7 and hope there's no checkmate. I want to give a check here. Just so you know. Bobby G is also saying, like the sweater. Thanks, Bobby. It's part of the new Jan, man of the people. No longer suit and tie and your silly pocket handkerchief. Just wear a sweater. The truth is, I don't often dress like this. I usually, when I leave the house, I wear either hoodies when it's cold, as it often is in Hamburg, because it might start raining at any moment, or I wear a t-shirt when it's not cold. So this sweater I have not found the function for yet, but because we never have this weather where it's too cold for a t-shirt. It might start raining at any moment. So this sweater is just not very practical. That's why I wear a hoodie. Well, when it's warm, might as well wear a t-shirt. See? There's just no right weather for this. All right, what time is it? A lot of challenges here. Let's play against Fidemaster Jup. Lunde 42 is saying, I bet he wears a suit, the Barney of Germany. I wear suits a lot when I'm working, when I'm doing commentary, which I think during commentary, I don't know, I keep changing my mind about it. For a while it felt like the proper thing to do to me, because you know, you look more serious and you look like you made an effort for that show and so on and so forth. Now I think, doesn't it look fake if I go to my basement, or everyone knows I'm sitting in my basement, I'm wearing a suit. So, you know, I go back and forth. What's this line, Jup? I have no clue what to do here. So I'll just go g6, I guess. Jup is blitzing out the moves like there was no tomorrow. Is this your pet line, Jup? I was talking about suits. I didn't have time to pay any attention. Well, how bad can it be? D. Horsey or pony? If in doubt. I guess it's roughly equal. Not sure the bishop belongs here. It weakens the f5 square, which bothers me a little bit. But it also keeps an eye on e4, so how bad can it be, really? Lunde 42 is saying suits for commentating, comfy for basement. But the problem is I'm doing most of my commentary from the basement these days. Partly because of the corona thing. Secondly, because I have a studio in my basement now, and well, I guess the one good thing that this pandemic brought is that we all got a little more savvy. Obviously it's not perfect, and I know there's a lot of work to do about video and audio and everything on all these shows, but we all got a little more savvy how to do stuff remotely. So I'm spending a lot of time in my basement is what I'm trying to say. The studio we have in the Chess24 office in Hamburg is still nicer than what I have in the basement, but the difference is no longer giant. 93 can I take? Probably not. Yeah. Do you want to go 95 though? Doesn't strike me as much of a threat. Yup. Bishop c5 a bit daring. This bishop is a good defender, but I just did not think he should do this. King g8 or e4? Maybe e4. Not sure why I did that. I'm going to lose to Jup. I'll be upset if I lose too many games because of utter stupidity. He doesn't take. That's friendly. Why wouldn't you take that, Jup? Focus though, because I am getting annoyed at myself. Playing such junk. Uh-oh, I can feel the spiral of misery coming. Focus on the chess, Jan, not on the chat. That's what I keep telling you. No chat, more chess. Learn from the Peters. Wants to take on g6, don't you? Don't you? That was a really, really bad game, and I'm a little embarrassed about it. Anyway, thanks for the game, Yup, but that was really bad. From both of us. Alright. Who else is there? Kleinmeister. Blunder Knight saying bishop takes e4 and d6 was completely winning, no? Yeah, I would have to take on e4 and then after d6 go somewhere, but it didn't look good. But yeah, I was just dreaming. Enham is asking, is Jan wearing pants? That's the real question. What do you think? Do you think I'm wearing A, trousers? Do people say trousers anywhere? Let's give you some more options, like jeans. Do I wear like dress pants? Do I wear shorts? Do I wear sweatpants? Or do I wear no pants whatsoever? Those are the options. The winner gets nothing, I'm afraid. Pajamas, cheese string, sweatpants, sweats. Cthulhu saying, although it has been warm lately, so maybe short pants. Is that your second entry already? Yeah, Cthulhu, you can only choose one. That's not how this competition with no prizes works. There's a vote for jeans. Underwear with trans face on it. That's... yeah, I don't know. That would be a surprise. Shorts, chinos, sweats. I don't know. Don't see a clear majority. So I shall reveal. It's been really warm today. I was wearing a t-shirt and shorts all day long. Congratulations to whoever won the grand prize of getting to see my knee. Did that break Twitch rules? Is that like, is showing your knee like pretend drinking poison or something? I hope not. I didn't pay any attention to our game, Kleinmeister, I'll be honest. Looks like it's slightly better. You can put your horsey on d3, which is where it wants to be in the structure, let's face it. It's not the end of the world, because the light square bishop is not doing much on f3. But so far so good. Cthulhu is asking, do you ever play b-ball with Carlsen and the team, Jan? No, I think we played basketball once some years ago after some Norway chess, where, I don't know, I'm not completely useless because I'm tall. Like, I can't shoot, but I am taller than your average chess grandmaster. So, there's that. In football, I'm pretty bad. Some of the guys are surprisingly good, like Fressinet, who does not. Is that gonna be offensive? Nah, he's not watching. He wouldn't strike you as athletic first time you see it, But he's a very good football player. Magnus, of course, good. Peter Heine is surprisingly good. Dubov, of course, good. Niels, good. So, yeah, football, I'm pretty hopeless. Basketball, at least I have the height advantage. Not with Peter Heine, but the rest of the bunch. Luigi5097 is saying, I watched your video, Jan, on the Vienna Queen's Gambit decline. For people keep telling me that the variation is bad. Can you give us a defense of why they're wrong? You did watch the video, no? I'm not quite sure what you mean. Also, it's a video series, if you mean my stuff. It's not one video, it's a bunch of videos. So, not sure. I think the Vienna is fine. Of course, you're black, you're trying to equalize. But Caruana and Vichy have been playing it quite a bit recently. So, I do believe the Vienna is alive and kicking. Don't listen to the people. As for the position, I'm slightly better now, because he exchanged his powerful knight on d3. Well, I got my own powerful knight on d6, which happens to also cover the e8 square, so he couldn't go bishop d5, ed rook e8, which is something I had totally not anticipated, in case you were wondering. But now I can do the standard, what we call minority attack, pushing my b-pawn to create a weakness in the white formation. And the problem is, there is no way to avoid that weakness once the pawn is here. I'm not sure about AB. I would probably have tried CB, AB, A4. But now, yeah, black is somewhat better. And it will be tough defense for Kleinmeister. Because, let's face it, I will flag him, if needed. He's going to think about bishop g2, followed by bishop takes d5, but I have rook takes whatever that square is called, d4. So now you can see the minority attack has led to pawn weaknesses on d4 and b2, and they can't both be protected. Because, you know, the rook has to choose a square that will take whatever pawn he chooses not to cover. No pawns for you, sir. I don't know why I'm starting to mess around now, but it's so hard for me to stay focused when I can smell that time is running out. Pretty much impossible. Biba Coca is saying, does he read Twitch chat? No, only Chess24 chat, because it's the Chess24 Premium members that keep this site going, so I do give them preferential treatment. Sometimes I peek at it, but mainly I read the Chess24 chat. And wow, is Laurent there? I need to go to a quiet place, but I'll be right back. Do I have a clip or something I can annoy you with? Because I really need to go. And when you must go, you must go. I'll be right back. Watch this in the meantime. And we're back. Sorry, that was very, very necessary. So what's happening? Oh, Monsieur Laurent, challenging. Of course a 3-minute game, because he wants to give me no time whatsoever to talk. That's how he does it. Mr. Laurent plays the London system. Great opening. He doesn't know any theory though, does he? I think he's faking this. I don't think you've studied this, Monsieur Laurent. And the problem is, yeah, I can't really play fast. Or play fast and talk nonsense at the same time. And since Laurent, he's a bit Lawrence Trentish in that aspect. He likes to, you know, challenge in these Banter Blitzes and then brag if he wins, which he usually does against me because he's such a great player. Therefore, stakes are very, very high here and I have to focus, which probably will not affect the final result, but I should still try. Or it feels a bit shaky, my construction, if we're being honest. He missed knight a5, but does that change the situation? Don't know, still don't like my position. DC is a horrible move, such a talentless move. I should move my queen somewhere. B7 or B8? Maybe. Yeah, my pieces do not coordinate greatly here. The thing with Laurent is he's just as washed up as me, as a chess player, so he cannot calculate at all. He will be bluffing. The question is, can I use that in any way, which is unclear. Because, yeah, this is like watching. Two very, very old boxers fighting it out in some abandoned warehouse. It's a sad sight. He clearly has no clue what he's doing, but neither do I. So, where will that lead us? Can go bishop g5 now, yeah? So lucky. Yeah, now I'm probably lost. Or I am pretty much lost. Ugh, I don't like losing to Laurent, because I know how happy it makes him. I don't like when he's happy. Also, he's playing so terribly. So am I. I'm not trying to claim any superiority here. He is a better blitz player than me. But it still tilts me. So, mission accomplished. You've ruined my day yet again, Monsieur Laurent. I hope you're feeling happy now. so slow. But even that will not help you. Yeah. Congratulations. I am now a little more sad and you're a little happier. It's, a transfer of sadness from France to Germany, emphasizing the Franco-German friendship. Alright, what time is it? It's late. I'll play one more and then I'll go watch a movie. Or I'll play two more, because I need some movie tips and I need 2 games to give you guys the time to recommend some movies to me. And Laurent is saying, I'm much more happier. His English did not get much more better during the game. See, I can't help trying to be mean. This is not going to ruin his mood now. And he's also planning to watch a movie. What's the recommendation? Cthulhu is saying, try The Lobster. I've seen The Lobster. I wasn't really into it. I know. I'm not smart enough. Unforgiven rules. I have watched Unforgiven. That's a good movie. Slatan56 saying, you can't ruin my mood. I don't want to. You enjoy. The Blunder is saying, what genre are you in the mood for? I don't know. Actually, recently I started a project to watch all Tom Hardy movies I hadn't seen. I enjoy the work of Tom Hardy. He's wearing a lot of masks, as do I. He's mumbling a lot, as do I. So I was recently watching Bronson, which is a very disturbing movie. I recommend it. The Drop, great movie too. And Layer Cake. I didn't like that one, but Tom Hardy's barely in it. Knives Out I've seen, good movie. I've seen most of the good movies, that's the problem. Balasharato saying the movie with Wahlberg and Post Malone, that's supposed to be terrible, no? Spencer Confidential. Anham is saying The Other Guys. That's a great recommendation. And I'm not sure if you know Anham, that The Other Guys is one of my favorite movies, but it is. So if you didn't know, shout out for a fantastic recommendation, Anham. We are now friends. But I've watched The Other Guys, I would guess around 7 times. It's a fantastic movie. Sanat Singhal saying The Lovebirds on Netflix is pretty good. Isn't that a series? Maybe it's a movie. Doesn't sound like what I'm in the mood for. The Lovebirds. Punch Drunk Love. I've seen that. Although it's the one I always confuse with all the other love movies. Eat, Pray, Love, Eat, Drink, Man, Woman. Jumanji, the Chess Aryan. No. I did watch Jumanji with my, at the time, 13-year-old cousin, but I would not watch that deliberately. Some condescending tone, which you probably noted. Spirit Tapper, I've seen too many movies saying Dumb and Dumber. I've seen all these movies. Matrix 1, I've seen that. Frozen 2 is also good. You have no idea how often I've seen Frozen 2. I know a lot about everything Frozen 2. I've watched it in movie theaters twice. And at home, I would guess, well, I haven't always paid full attention while it was on at home, but at least another 2 times. Cthulhu saying, how about a classic Kurosawa? I don't think I've ever watched all the classics. 7 Samurai, I've watched the... What's the one with the bodyguard called? Is that Kurosawa? I think so. Wolf of Wall Street, I've seen. Capone is out, Tom Hardy's in it. Yeah, it's supposed to be terrible. Also, while I'm mumbling on here, Rookie 8 is sort of a problem, no? Okay, time to pay a little attention. Because Rookie 8 is not ideal. You should really have gone Rookie 8, Plasma Triple. The House of the Flying Daggers. What's that, Kleinmeister? Let me Google. The House of the Flying Daggers. It's a 2004 wuxia romance film. I don't even know what genre it is. Directed by Zhang Yimou and starring Andy Lau. I enjoy Andy Lau. Zhang Ziyi and Takeshi Kaneshiro. Only familiar with Andy Lau there. Spirit Tapper is saying Die Hard. Yeah, I don't think it will surprise you that I have seen the movie Die Hard. Wolke 9 by Tarte Piast. What's that? Wolke 9? Cloud 9. German drama film. Andreas Dresen. Ugh, sounds uncool. Never heard of it. I have heard of that. That's about two old people wrestling with the big questions. I heard that's a good movie. I haven't seen it, so I'm never in the mood. But I heard it's good. The Blundered Knight is saying First Man is good. That's the Neil Armstrong movie? I've heard different things about that one, but I've never seen it. Yeah, maybe. Sammy Chella is saying Platform is a good film if you haven't seen it. I have seen Platform. I hated it. It's just not for me. It's too violent. It didn't seem to have any, I didn't see the point of any of it. Just wasn't for me. The Greatest Showman by Skibby. I've never seen The Greatest Showman. It's one of those that's always around and you're thinking, am I in the mood for a lot of Hugh Jackman dancing and singing? I'm assuming that's what it's about. And usually the answer is no. But it's good, yes, Skibby? Skibby's saying, I will watch Bombshell with my girlfriend now. First of all, brag, Skibby has a girlfriend. And secondly, Bombshell, I did consider, because I enjoy Adam McKay in general, but I have a feeling I enjoy comedy Adam McKay more than series Adam McKay. I haven't even watched Vice yet, so I'm not sure about Bombshell. The Aporn is saying, A Serious Man is good. I have seen A Serious Man. Oof, this is tough. Inside Llewyn Davis. I have watched every Coen Brothers movie. Let's take a shortcut there. Inside Llewyn Davis I did enjoy. 2006 Spike Lee movie Inside Man. I've also seen that. I've seen too many movies. What have I done with my life? When did I find the time to watch all these movies? Cineas is saying the Johnny Warwicker trilogy. Is that like a distant cousin of John Wick who has his own trilogy? Gustafsson Gamba saying brain donors. Oof. Mad Max 3. I've probably seen all the Mad Maxes too. I don't know. We're still stuck here. Tarte Piasta saying, even Blood Simple. Which part of I've seen all the Coen Brothers movies was unclear. Blood Simple is a great movie, by the way. Very underrated. Johnny Quay is saying Rock and Roller. That would fit with my recent Tom Hardy studies. I do think I've seen Rock and Roller. It's one of those that was probably on in the background as a DVD, but I have zero recollection of the plot. It's about Russian and English gangsters, I'm assuming. I can't recall at all what's happening. Maybe Rock and Roller is an idea. Thank you. Cthulhu saying The Fantastic Mr. Fox. I have seen that one. And Hammer saying The Pianist is a good depressing one. I've never watched that one. I don't think I want to. Adrian Brody, that was a weird Oscar. Sorry that I'm ignoring the chess, but I need to find a movie. I've been thinking about watching Little Women, the new version. Has anyone seen that? It's a big investment. It's on my Amazon, but it still costs like 15 euros, I think. So I was frankly waiting until the price dropped a little. But is that a good movie? I heard it's good. Tinker, Tailor, Soldier, Spy I've seen. Another Tom Hardy vehicle. Kramer vs. Kramer I've also seen. Guy in Orbit is saying, what about Locke? Locke was high on my list, actually. It fitting with my watching all the Tom Hardy movies project. I have not seen it yet. Sounded interesting. The question is, am I in the mood, even though I enjoy Tom Hardy, to watch a movie that's just about a guy in his car? Maybe I am. Locke is high on the list. Cthulhu saying Noah Baumbach has some good films. I never was much into Noah Baumbach. Like I've seen, what have I seen? I guess the Majorovitz stories, Marriage Story. Is it all called Stories? Francis Ha. It doesn't really do it for me. Blood Diamond, I've watched. Thanks for the game, Plasma Tribble. Sorry that I didn't talk about the chess at all. This has gotten into me reading out movie titles and saying, I've seen that, I've seen that, I've seen that. Which I'm not sure makes the show any better or make me look any better for wasting my life. Skibby saying, watch the Saw series. It's too violent for me. Like, all the very violent stuff I can't do. Like, even Saw, like, ugh. It's not for me, all these movies, Saw and Platform. I'm a big sissy when it comes to graphic violence, because I don't really see the point of it. In Bruges, great movie, seen that. Solace is good, Hopkins and Farrell. Solace has like, it's one of those that always pops up on my, wherever it is, Netflix, Amazon. Then I Google it, and then I see it has like 27% on Rotten Tomatoes. So I never watch it. Spirit Tapper saying, check out Memento. I have watched Memento. Following is the first Nolan movie, right? I don't think I've seen it. I think I was looking for it at some point, but I could not find it anywhere. Mystic River, I've seen. Phil Not is saying Tarantino too violent for you. Yeah, no, Tarantino is fine, but I've seen all the Tarantino movies. Let Me Win is saying all movies with Jessica Chastain are great. Even Molly's Game. Do you like that one? Agent 069 saying, do you like disturbing movies? Serbian movie is the one to go. No, as I said, even Saw is too much for me, so not gonna watch any of that. Also, that's not what it's called. Fun Stuff is saying, Hurt 8, Gambler's film by P.T. Anderson. You would like it. That's interesting. Haven't seen that one. Okay, it's getting too many movies. Thank you guys so much for your recommendations. I'll probably watch Locke, but this Hard 8 or Hurt 8 I will research for sure. The original Korean version of Oldboy. It's a bit violent but fantastic. Yeah, that one I've seen. That's fantastic. That fight scene when he escapes his jail. The beginning, it's still the best fight scene. Those movies I'm fine with. Like The Raid 2, and especially Oldboy. I mean, the plot makes no sense, but that beginning scene is great. There was another Korean movie I wanted to see. What's it called? The something, and the something. The thief, the gangster, and the devil. Something like that. One of them is a cop. Is that what it's called? I think we've talked about it before. Pond King is asking, how much chess do you train aside from the streaming? For myself, very little. But yeah, I do a lot of streaming commentary video series. I worked a lot on that Chessable course I did. And then, yeah, of course, I sometimes, during the matches, was working for Magnus. There you do a lot of chess. But for myself, basically only when I play in Bundesliga or German Cup or Thailand Open. Then, of course, I prepare for the games, and before Thailand Open, I try to think a bit about what openings do I have and how rusty am I? Should I do some tactics? And then I decide, nah, I'm good. And then I hate myself for a while playing, so the usual. But yeah, for myself, very little. Then again, my job is quite chess heavy, as you might have seen. Bobby G is saying, do you forget your video info? Yeah, for sure. So, Selm Talha, last game for today. A lot of new faces here, by the way. It's great to see. Thanks, everybody, for joining Good Old Chess 24, becoming a premium member. I, of course, hope that you like it, that it will either improve your chess or entertain you, or both, that you will learn about the Bishop H2 check trick, because I think it's the second time we're doing this today. And that's what chess improvement really is all about. Pattern recognition. Don't take on H2, on D4, because Bishop H2. And the queen is undefended on D4. It's a problem. Oof, I'm gonna have to go through the chat later, and that game was so quick, I'll play one, final one. I'm gonna have to go through all the movie recommendations later. The problem is always, yeah, that I've seen so many freaking movies, so it's hard to find one that I haven't seen but heard of, or haven't heard of but now will find out of all the recommendations. It's so hard to find a movie to watch. The chess Aryan wants to know, Jan, as a grandmaster, do you see a chessboard in your mind in color or black and white? I think neither. Like, I can close my eyes and I sort of have a chessboard in my mind, but it's not like defined that the pieces have a certain shape or that the squares are black and white. It's very cryptic, but I can see something and I can move the pieces around. But yeah, it's very nondescript. I'm not sure if that makes any sense. Bez is the best, seems to not be there. Sorry, Bez. Let's Bez then that, and instead play against Gerald. Anne S is saying, seen the secret, Jan. What's the secret? The secret. The secret. Feel good. Change your life. I guess that's not the secret we're talking about. Secret movie. Scientists, authors, and philosophers propose the secret to leading a happy and successful life. Wow. That sounds like useful information. It's a documentary, yeah? Maybe I'll check it out. The Serbian guy is saying, hello, Mr. Gustafsson. Are you still playing classical chess or are you semi-retired? Yeah, both. Semi-retired. Fits it well. I play Bundesliga, German League, and Thailand Open. That's usually my annual routine. 2020, of course, everything's a little different. But yeah, usually I play around 25 classical chess games per year. Asha23 is saying Banter Blitz with Jan is just Blitz because he can't banter. That is my dirty little secret. Sorry, you've exposed it, Asha23. The Blundered Knight is saying, as a much worse player, I see the same sort of thing whenever I try to play blindfolded. Not sure what that means. What do I do here? Bishop f4. Feels a bit nitty to cover that pawn. Oh, why not? E6. Whoa, that's a juicy square on d6 right there. Let's head towards it. What do you want, watch? Oh, it's my dear friend Anton squared me, who I'm currently crushing in our little, what's it called? Apple Watch fitness competition. It's also not true. We are tied after day one, but I'm very motivated. Mr. Anton, he is saying, no, he's sending me, I guess, an Instagram comment saying, I really liked the commentary for the finals, but I think it could use more of Jan Gustafsson fanboying over Ashton Kutcher. Something for future reference. Yeah. That's always good, TV. Has he done a strange video, Ashton Kutcher? I haven't watched the video, but I saw he was in some hot water for a video today. I saw something on the internet. Yeah, I'm not really an Ashton Kutcher fanboy. I have seen every episode of The Ranch, though, which feels like a guilty pleasure, but I think it's a bit of an underrated comedy series. No, I think it's genuinely very bingeable. And it's getting very bad reviews. Not sure why. Ashton, they don't understand you like I do. Titanium 63 is saying, any hint on when the new playzone is coming? I do not know. I do hope soon. Skibby is wondering what movie I will watch. It's still undecided. I think Lock currently is a favorite, following through with my Tom Hardy project. Bobby G is asking, is there a Thailand tournament date? I've heard mumblings, but I guess it's all depending on COVID-19 and, of course, the travel situation and so on. But I've heard mumblings that it might happen in November, which would be fantastic for all Thailand Open hats like yours truly. Fun Stuff is saying, First Reformed is a good philosophical commentary on contemporary times. I started First Reformed because I'm also a bit of an Ethan Hawke hat, but I just was not in the mood that day at all, so I didn't last very long. But I should watch First Reformed eventually. The Two Popes is another one that I have not finished, which is probably very good. Blundered Knight is saying, Jan, have you ever considered playing the Bunratty Weakener in Ireland? I've heard it's a fun event. I've never actively been aware of what's happening. Then can I make it there? I don't think I've ever been invited. Shout out. And I heard it. Does it have a bit of reputation as a tournament where people drink a lot? I'm not that big of a drinker. So, I don't know. But I heard it's great fun and wouldn't mind going at some point in the near or distant future. But consider would be strong. I'm aware of it and I know many people enjoy it greatly. All right, Gerald. This piece giveaway is not really gonna change the outcome much, is it? Blundered Knight is saying it's a generally fun atmosphere and not federated, which explains the reputation. Got it. Thanks for the game, Gerald. And thanks everybody for hanging out. Thanks a lot for your movie recommendations. Wonka Bar saying, if Gerald beats you here, then you have to watch the Witcher series. I tried watching that too, but nowadays I'm so impatient I can't focus on anything, which I guess is a spirit of the times thing. I'm being very, very addicted to my phone, which, yeah, I have a phone. Why did I do that? That was just weird and awkward. Anyway, I've watched like... the first 50 minutes of the Witcher series, but it did not catch my attention, so I gave up. Nowadays, I'm giving up very, very early on in all these shows, if I feel like, it's not catching me. What I want to watch shows-wise is I want to finish Better Call Saul. I stopped somewhere around season 3, I think, and I still haven't found the time to do it, but I've heard great things about the later season. Anyway, thanks everybody for hanging out. Thanks for watching. Congratulations to Daniel Dubov for winning the second event of the Magnus Carlsen Chess Tour. If you want to support the tour and its great prize fund, then by all means visit us on Chess24. Consider a pre-membership which allows you to challenge me and all the other big names in Banter Blitzes and gives you access to all the teaching materials on the good old site. All right. Any other plugs? Or I should plug my Chessable course, chessable.com/Jan. E4, E5, a complete black repertoire. It's very, very good. And I'm mainly saying that because I did it. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your night. See you guys around.